Chris.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too, as always.
Well, things haven't changed around here.
No,
Coaches still run on time?
I try to do my best.
Petey, what's all the nonsense?
I told you in my letter, it's...
If you're thinking of resigning, it's nonsense.
But I must.
You been to see that doctor of yours again?
Mm-hmm.
Heart?
This time he couldn't even find it.
How bad?
He said the next attack could be the last.
Well, look, why don't we get an assistant in here? How about that kid down the street? What's his name?
No more charity.
Well, you've never had a penny of charity from this company. You're the best driver I ever had. I don't forget that.
Then start. I want nothing more to do with Cobb and Co.
I won't believe you said that, Petey.
Believe me, I mean it. I don't joke anymore, Chris. I can't afford to laugh. I have to wear this for fear of catching cold. You see, a fit of coughing could do it. Missing that last step on the stairs, that could do it. A moment of shock. Waking from a bad dream.
Put that thing down. It's enough to drive anybody crazy.
It's my life.
Stop that kind of talk, Petey. It's morbid. Anyway, what is this about you wanting to quit Cobb and Company? What have we done to you?
Do you want an executioner on your payroll?
What do you mean?
I've waited a long time. And now I've got nothing to lose. Chris, I have to kill a man.
Morning. I'm looking for Sergeant Bennett. You know where I can find him?
In Sydney, on his honeymoon.
On his honeymoon?
You a stranger here, sir?
Well, no, not exactly. My name's Chris Cobb.
Ah, I'm Kenneth Colby. Pleased to know you, Mr. Cobb.
Nice to meet you.
After all the years that your coaches have been carrying out currency shipments, it'll be a pleasure to handle your personal account. Now, if you'll just sign
maybe a little
here...
bit later. Right now, I've got to find a deputy.
A deputy?
Mm-hmm.
Me.
You?
Sit down, Mr. Cobb.
You're the deputy, huh?
Well, we call it special constable, temporary.
Mm-hmm.
It may sound a little incongruous in a hick town like this, but we don't have much trouble.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you've got trouble. Petey Hibbard, one of my men.
Of course. Everyone knows old Petey. Keeps his savings with me. You've been very generous to the old man, Mr. Cobb.
I'm glad to see that you take such a personal interest in your clients. That's an added incentive for keeping Petey out of trouble.
Someone's after Petey's money?
No. Petey's after someone.
What?
He's planning to kill Chad Carpenter.
Carpenter has the reputation of the shrewdest and the calmest killer in the country. And it seems invisible. No one's ever given an accurate description of him.
You know about Petey's son?
Backward. Carpenter robbed his home, tied up young Ted, and burned the place around him. Petey's told me the story 100 times.
Well, it seems that Carpenter may be on his way into town.
Haven't you heard that before? That's a joke around town. Petey's an old man. You can understand him lapsing into a kind of a dream world, seeing himself young, avenging the death of his son.
He used to be a crack shot.
He doesn't see too well anymore.
Well, there's something else that could make him dangerous. It seems that Petey hasn't got much longer to live.
I'll look after the old man. He wouldn't stand much of a chance against a gun like Chad Carpenter.
That makes me feel better.
Now, about that account.
Well, thanks, but we're pretty well taken care of now. I'll keep in touch with you.
Oh, Chris.
Hmm?
There's a dead or alive on Chad Carpenter, isn't there?
Yeah, 5,000 pounds.
Drop in any time, Mr. Cobb.
Thanks.
He's come, hasn't he?
Carpenter?
I don't know. But I saw a stranger ride in.
What did he look like?
Black-haired, confident, deadly calm except for his eyes.
This is a chance I've been waiting for.
No, Petey, this is my job.
Your job? You think this is your job? You didn't see what he did to my boy. They pulled back a sheet, and I had to look down at that and say, it looks like my son. Looks like my son.
Chris, will you help?
How?
Round up half a dozen men and bring them down to the bank. I've got to go back because there's no one there.
I'm not leaving Petey.
That's all right. You can come with me.
Colby, I wouldn't try to use force. Carpenter always...
I'm in charge now. Come on, Petey.
No.
It's best, Petey.
Let's go.
That was him, wasn't it? Come on, Petey. That was Carpenter. Petey, come on. Petey. I can feel his eyes on me. Now, Petey, Petey. You let him get away.
That's right, Petey.
But I could have got him. I could have killed him.
You know how bad your eyes are. Your first shot might have missed, and that's the only one you'd have had.
Well, you could see him. You never missed a man at twice that distance.
He was running.
Don't lie, Chris. What are you doing?
I'm trying to give you a chance to stay alive.
You just stopped what little chance I had left.
Listen, I want him dead as badly as you do.
What about the men you were supposed to get?
They're where I told them to be. Safe, locked inside their houses with their wives and kids.
Well, why aren't they here?
You don't know Carpenter's tactics, I do. You think he travels alone? Look up at those hills. You'll find 20 men. Any show of force and they'd be down here like an avalanche, and by nightfall, every woman in town would be a widow.
Well, he's still here somewhere. And I'm still going after him.
Petey, give me that gun.
Go on. Go and hide with the others. I'm not yellow. I've got nothing to be yellow for. It's happiness and hope that make cowards out of men. They've got something to save. All I got to save for is the moment when the pain comes and my ribs rip open.
You're staying with me, Petey. Come on.
My chance will come.
Colby.
Oh, my head.
Well, you shouldn't have turned your back on him.
Carpenter, what happened?
He got away.
But I heard a shot.
You can thank him for it. I could have got him.
Petey, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why didn't you go after him?
That's what I want to know. He could have got him if he'd wanted to.
If he wanted to.
Looked to me like he fired way over his head on purpose.
Why?
Ask him.
Is that true? You'd better answer me.
No, I think you better answer me. A second ago, you said you heard a shot.
Yes?
Well, it's a shot that was fired after Petey was out on the street.
That's right. After I hit him on the head.
Mm-hmm.
I must have come to for a minute.
Yeah, maybe you were scared. Too scared to go after Carpenter yourself, so you let Petey do your dirty work. Did you expect to cheat him out of the reward, too?
An interesting conjecture, Chris. But Petey here happens to be a material witness to testify that you were obstructing justice, even aiding and abetting a wanted man. And I want to know why.
Well, you can think about it in jail, because that's where both of you are going right now. Get the keys. Go on.
But, Chris...
Petey, this is for your good. Move.
How sick is he?
Very. He's so sick he wanders around in a big heavy coat and a scarf because he's afraid of even catching a cold.
Yeah, I saw him in the street.
You must be very fond of my father to risk your neck for him.
I've never met a better man. You know the only reason I'm playing along with you, Carpenter? To keep Petey from getting hurt.
You'd even kill for him so he wouldn't find out about me.
Are you going to make that necessary?
Cobb, I gave you my word. When I heard, I came down here to find him. After all these years, I wanted to... I don't want him to die without knowing.
Just knowing?
All right, without forgiving me. Without that, I feel somehow damned. It's an obsession, been with me a long time. I got the guts to face about anything except him hating me.
Well, right now, all he wants to do is kill you.
How would you like your father to die feeling that way?
I wouldn't.
Then why won't you bring him here?
Because I'm not convinced that's the real reason you came to town.
You think I came here to rob the bank? You think I'd leave the kind of money lying around in a dump like this?
You broke in that door.
Father could have been in here dying. You've checked. There's nothing missing.
I don't trust this sudden flood of sentiment.
Sudden? Why do you think I set up the whole fire business in the first place? So I could become another person. I was ruthless enough to know what I wanted out of life and the quickest way to get it. But I was, if you want, sentimental enough to try to avoid hurting Father.
Thinking you were dead, I suppose that wouldn't hurt him, huh?
Not as much as the truth would have. Cobb, that time you and I met before.
You knew I recognized you.
And didn't I order my men to let the coach go unharmed? And since then, have we ever touched any of your property?
You were afraid I'd tell Petey about you.
Let's say it was a silent bargain. Your safety and free passage in return for my secret.
Well, believe me, I didn't need any bargain from you.
He could have been driving. Doesn't that prove I care for my father?
Maybe.
Cobb, how can I convince you? Father's the only reason I'm here. I want to be with him before he dies. Why do you think I left my men up there in the hills? I came in alone for this.
Well, he's just liable to shoot you and then forgive you later.
And not if you talk to him.
You can feel the silence moving out there. You've got a key?
There are 2 sets. I have the sergeant's while he's away.
Well, come on. Chris could have found him by now.
If he wanted to.
I swear he fired over Carpenter's head.
Yes, and I think I know why. If he'd killed him, there's still the gang. You know, Petey, it's funny, but Cobb's is the only coach line that's never been attacked by Carpenter's men. Perhaps he doesn't want the score changed.
I'll get him, Colby. Unlock the door. I'll give you the reward.
Cobb wouldn't let that happen.
If I swear I saw you kill Carpenter, he would. You'd be quite a hero, Colby. You might even get that job in Sydney you've been after.
I'm a businessman, Petey. I've learned not to take men's words.
All right, put it in writing.
I tell you what, you've got nearly £2,000 in the bank. I'll take a promissory note for that and hold it against you keeping your word.
Write it and let me get out of here.
You're asking quite a bit.
For a dying man to forgive his son. It has happened before.
How many men have you killed?
When I was a boy, he said to me, no matter what, son, or when, I'll share anything with you if it's the truth. But the lies you must bear on your own. Cobb, I can't bear this lie on my own.
All right, supposing he does forgive you. What do you do then?
Don't shoot! Where is he? Let me at him! I've waited long enough.
Give me the gun. Trust me, Petey. What are you trying to do? Kill yourself? Now, come here and sit down. Sit down. Now, listen to me. That man is not Chad Carpenter.
What? But you saw him. You told me it was.
I know, but that's not his real name. And he didn't kill your boy.
Chris.
Wait till I light the lamp, will you? Now, when I've told you everything, I want you to see for yourself.
What lies has he been telling you, Chris?
They're not lies, Petey. He came here to see you.
Oh, no, he didn't.
What do you mean?
He's got what he came for.
What?
There was a letter on that board addressed to Alfred Barlow. And there's no one within 500 miles of this place with that name.
Well, maybe somebody else. No, the door was locked.
Alfred Barlow?
Yeah. This is what he came for.
What's in it?
It's a tip from one of his men in Sydney. There's a large shipment of currency coming into the bank here. He's got the exact time of arrival.
Then it is Carpenter.
I was wrong, Petey. About as wrong as I have ever been in my life.
Give me back my gun.
No, it's for the police to handle, not you.
But there are no police in this
Come on,
town.
Petey, will you get outside, please? Let me handle this my way.
But Chris...
Come on, please.
Cobb, I want that letter. Colby, Carpenter's in there. Give me the gun.
Carpenter, get out the back. You go that way, I'll go this.
Don't shoot. Carpenter's behind the jail. Go and get him. I'll keep Cobb out of the way. Good. Wait. Give us your coat. What? And the scarf. I've got more chance of drawing Cobb off if he thinks it's you. All right? Okay. Cobb! Cobb, I've got Petey. Give him that letter and he goes free. I want that letter, Cobb, or Petey loses his pension.
Petey? Is he lying? Petey! Yell if you can hear me.
Now do you believe me? Come out and throw down your gun.
Have you gunned me down in the street?
I won't harm you. I need you to help me get away.
All right, I'm coming around to the front of the office.
All right, Cobb. Drop the gun.
My boy, Ted.
Petey, no.
I must see his face. I must know what he looks like. Now I'll never know. These poor dead eyes. Poor fool eyes. I can see nothing now but my boy's face. These poor fool eyes.